Has your dog ever had anal gland issues? Or do they scoot their butt on your floor or excessively lick that area? If so, this treat is especially for you, but any dog owner can benefit from this. Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Fush. This is Farmers Market Fido, and today we have a treat video that is promoting excellent anal gland health. If your dog is scooting their butt, like we just talked about, then you need this. But you also need to have their anal glands done. So what are anal glands anyway? Anal glands are basically a vestigial organ. When dogs were living in the wild, they would express them to kind of scare off predators, right? They're very, very stinky. They do normally express them with normal bowel movements. They're on the anus, and we veterinarians sometimes have to express them for you. So they have a few treats on the market that help have really good gut microbiome and nice bowel movements, which helps those anal glands have normal material and express normally on their own. This treat contains 1 can of pumpkin, a half a cup of coconut oil, a quarter of a cup of flaxseed, ground flaxseed, 1 green banana. It has to be green, is because it's lower in sugar and higher in insoluble fiber, and a half a teaspoon of turmeric and a half a teaspoon of ginger. I have 15 ounces or 1 whole can, typical can of pumpkin, and this is just pumpkin puree, not like pumpkin pie filling, of course. And this is an excellent source of fiber, which is very important for having normal bowel movements and feeding the beneficial gut microbiome bacteria. We're learning more and more about how much that matters. Short chain and medium chain fatty acids, triglycerides that are in here, are very important for the gut microbiome, for the gut cells, the parietal cells. It helps keep them healthy. It's also anti-seizure, so that's good. We have our green banana, which is lower in sugar and higher in insoluble fiber. We have our flaxseed powder, which is a good source of omega-3s, but not very absorbable for dogs, but it's an excellent, excellent source of fiber. We have our half a teaspoon of turmeric, which is anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory. We have our half a teaspoon of ginger, which is really good for digestive health. It's good for easing stomach issues and gut issues in general. And to make it all blend together really well, we have a half a cup of filtered water, filtered of course. I'm cheating a little bit because the Vitamix is the best blender. I know it's expensive, I know, but it is worth it. It blends everything. It can blend avocado pits, apparently. I haven't done that, but it can. And look at that, it's just blended so nicely. Okay, now we pour. Poop emoji molds, which I thought was very fitting for the anal gland treats. So we're gonna pour these in now. These silicone molds are awesome. They work so well. You don't have to put any kind of like grease or anything to make them come out. And even if it looks ugly on this side of it, they still come out really nice. We'll show you it in a minute. And in a few hours, we'll be able to show you how they turn out. Usually I just put them in the freezer and wait overnight, and by the next day, they're definitely perfect. And then I store them in the freezer, and I will give my dog 1 per day. Pure them with 2 hands because they're pretty floppy. And then we just make a big mess while we put it in the freezer. Let's see how they turned out. These are a high-fat treat, so if your dog has an issue with pancreatitis, don't use it. If your dog is currently scooting their butt or licking it excessively, you definitely want to see your veterinarian and have them checked out. This is a preventative treat to prevent anal gland issues in the future. Some dogs, there's nothing you can do, and you're just going to have them express periodically. That's going to happen. There are 42 calories per treat. If you have a smaller dog, it might make sense to get a smaller mold so that each one is a little bit less fat in each treat. But my dogs love these, and forgive the epic fail on the wax paper idea. Apparently that doesn't work. All 4 legs on the ground. That's how you sit. Leave the chair, all 4 legs on the ground.
Mom, the tables are cleaned up.
Bruno, Maggie, come here. Bruno, let's see. Yes, it's a yes for Bruno. Maggie, come here. Maggie, come here. Maggie, this one's yours.
I'm not so sure about that for Maggie.
Remember, if it's not healthy, it's not a treat. So if you don't want to go through the whole process of freezing it in the molds, you don't have to do that. You can just use about a teaspoon for a small dog and a tablespoon for a larger dog in their food each day, and that'll work too.